Everyone, so welcome back to the second episode of Kafka series. If you haven't checked the first episode, I would highly recommend go and check the first episode out, where we have basically discussed what is Kafka, why it is required, what are the features of it, and where to get the official documentation, so that you understand this documentation. Because today, mostly we are going to do is all the setup related things, so you could easily relate, what we are going to do, and then we can move forward about all the fundamentals and building blocks of Kafka, right? So here, if you see, we are going to, because I have Windows system, we are going to see how we can install Kafka on the Windows system, right? And for that, this video or this episode is divided into two sections. First is how to install Java, right? And second is how to install Kafka and test it, right? So this video is divided into two sections. If you have already installed Java or you know how to set up Java on Windows system, you can skip to this particular timestamp. And after that, we'll see how to set up Kafka. So let's get started. Okay, so let's see how to install Java from scratch. So here I have listed down few steps. If you see the step 1, we have to visit the official Oracle Java downloads page. So I'll simply click here. Okay, perfect. Now here, if you see, there are a lot of different JDK versions. So I'll select the latest one. And according to your operating system, you can choose Linux, Mac OS or Windows. If you want ready-made downloads for Mac, let's say you can go for this DMG or, .tar file. But here for Windows, I'll probably go for this .exe file so that I can directly install it. So let me download it. Download has been started. Perfect. Once it's ready, simply click on this .exe file. So it will start the installation wizard. Click on next. The address, if you see this address or the path, it is C program files Java and JDK hyphen whatever the version, right? You don't want to, you can change it, but I would suggest don't change it. Just copy the path. I will copy this path and I will save it to Notepad for the later use. So path is okay. Click on next. And the installation has been started. Once the installation is complete, the next step, just successfully installed. Just close this page. And now if you see this note, the step 1 is completed. Step 2 is completed. Installation is finished. Now step 3, basically we have to set the environmental variable of Java home in the environment variables, right? So press Windows plus S, right? Type environment variables, right? And if you see edit environment variables, so we have to click this. This is done. After that, we have to create a new variable called as Java_home, right? And whatever path where we have installed the JDK, right? The path which we have copied. So we have to paste that path in the value, right? So key will be Java_home. Let me quickly create the new one. This will be Java_home. And the path is whichever I have copied. Paste. Okay. Right. And then basically, once this is done, okay, find the path variables under the system variables and then click edit. So the path variable, click on edit. After that, add a new entry called as %Java_home %/bin. So I'll add new entry %Java_home %/bin. Click on OK. Click on OK. And we are all set. So this is the prerequisite to before installing Kafka. You should have Java installed, right? And in the second part, we will try to install Kafka. Okay, so first step of installing Kafka is first we have to download it from the official page, right? So this is the link. I will provide the link in the description as well. Just go to this link and you'll see the complete download page, right? Here, there are multiple versions of Scala 1.2.12, 2.13. Whatever you feel good, you can download that, right? But we have to download the Kafka binary, right? So choose the binary. Where is it? 3.8.1, which is good. Just checking which versions are good and stable. Let's go with 2.12. This one. Okay. And the download has been started. Okay. Download has been completed. So what I'll do, I'll go to my downloads page. Okay. I'll copy this file. Right. I'll go to, let's say, my C drive, my PC, C drive. And here I'll create a new folder called as Kafka. So new folder, so Kafka. I will paste that zip file here and I'll try to unzip it. So extract all. Kafka 2.3, which is correct. Okay, this is extracted. Now one thing, I don't want this folder, right? So I want everything. So I will copy this. I will go 1 step and 2 step back. And under the Kafka folder itself, I want all the files. Okay, so I don't need this folder anymore, which I have extracted. And zip folder, you can keep it. But if you see, mostly in Kafka framework, complete framework, there are set of files and folders are getting extracted. Bin, config, libraries, licenses, documentation, and this is license and notice file, right? So basically, this is the set of folders under which you'll find all the scripts. Now, when I say scripts, scripts are nothing but the programs which helps you to, create the producer, create the brokers, create the consumer, which are the building blocks of Kafka. If you are not understanding any of this keyword, that is completely fine. We'll first see whatever, and try to understand whatever we can see. We'll try to set up the Kafka with the steps which I mentioned, and then we'll see what are the building blocks. Okay, so first thing is done. Second thing, we have to configure the Kafka. Now in config folder, we see config folder, yes, right? Edit the zookeeper.properties. Let's see if we have zookeeper.properties. Okay, we have that. So what I'll do, I'll open it in the notepad. Now, if you see this file, there are most of the lines which are starting with the hash. That means these are commented files. So these are just kind of notes. These are not actual configuration. These are just notes to, make any developer understand, what's going on with this file. But if you see actually this data, directory, client, port, maximum client connections, admin. So these are the actual configuration which are set up in this file, right? So the second step would be open the Zookeeper file and set the data directory as like this. C Kafka Zookeeper -data. Okay, so whatever Zookeeper related data is getting generated implicitly internally in the framework, Kafka framework, all this data or the logs will get stored into this C Kafka Zookeeper -data. So apparently you might not see that file here. See C Kafka and Zookeeper. There is no folder like Zookeeper. But once we start running, automatically that folder will get created and the all Zookeeper related data will get stored there. Right? That is the first thing. So first thing is done. Edit server.properties. So I'll open in the similar fashion. I will open server.properties in config server.properties. Open this file in the notepad. Most are the comments. Logs.dir. I could see logs.dir, log directory, and I will say set up to Kafka logs. Similar fashion, just like Zookeeper logs, we are setting the directory for Kafka logs. Right? Now, once this second step is done, configuring is done. Step third is to actually start the Kafka. Right? So first we have to open the command prompt. Right? How can we open? In the same folder, in the same Kafka folder. Right? So what you can do in the address bar, you are already inside this C_Kafka folder. Simply type cmd and hit enter. So now if you see, the command prompt will get open, but it will automatically get opened into the specific path and not the default path like C program files user, something like that, right? Not that default path. The actual path where we have extracted the Kafka and configured the Kafka, right? Minimize this. So I guess second step is done. Third step is done. Third step we are in, right? So here, this is the ready-made command. Now, if I copy this command, don't worry about it. What is this command? How it's working? Don't worry about it. Just try to hit it, right? So basically what we are saying is, okay, execute a batch file. What is a batch file? It is nothing but executable file for Windows. And we are giving path as well. Bin, Windows, and zookeeper server start, right? Let's see if we have that file under the bin folder. Okay. So under the bin folder, under Windows, do we have something called as zookeeper server start? Yes, we do have. So this is good. And while running, we have to provide the properties file as well, zookeeper properties file as well, from where it will know, okay, what is the log file or what is whatever the attributes we have set, right? Let's try to hit enter and see what's happening. It is taking some time and this is started. You see a lot of logs, right? So it is asking me to allow. Yes, allow, not a problem. And it has started, right? So if you see all the logs, you'll see all the logs. Maybe the new file is generated as well. Let's quickly see the Kafka. Yeah. Can you see zookeeper hyphen data? So this folder got automatically created and all the logs, zookeeper related logs will store here. What is the zookeeper? We haven't talked about it. I'm just saying the new folder is getting created because we have changed in the configuration file. That's all. We'll dive in deep into this, what is the zookeeper, what is broker and producer, everything. But for now, just try to understand what we are seeing, right? All set. Start Kafka broker, not required because I think zookeeper is already started. So our Kafka setup has been completely done. We don't need to create topic and broker and everything. Once the zookeeper is run, that means Kafka setup is done. So this is all about how you set up your own Kafka framework in your own local machine, specifically on Windows platform. I hope you enjoyed this practical video. And in the next session, we will dive deep into, what is this zookeeper, what is this structure, what is this Kafka server, start, batch file, everything, right? So we'll find what are the building blocks of Kafka in the episode 3. Till now, I hope you enjoy learning, and I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.